this in my holder. I could not get it to go to the horizontal position. It would not let me. So I had to go vertical. I did everything I was supposed to do. So I don't know, maybe I need an update. I'll have to check my phone, and maybe that was the reason why. We'll see. So let me see if I can get it on my computer and iPad, because that way I can at least, okay, it's not either place. Oh, there it is. I have to go to live. Sorry about that. I just, drives me crazy why it does that. But there it is. Oh, forgot to turn the sound off. But I ended up having to do this, so I'm thinking maybe there's an update on my phone that I didn't do. One thing I forgot to check. You know, it's always the one thing you forget. So I hope everybody's having a great day. We have a beautiful day here. I have two ideas for you today, a feminine and a masculine, using a sketch, different sketch each time. And I'm also using the new in color Shy Shamrock, and I'm giving you two color combos to go with it. I did that with Peach Pie a couple of weekends ago, or a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, oh, I haven't done that, so let me do this one. So I thought I would still do the sketches, but I'm going to use a different color. So with that, I'm already behind, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, because I know if any of you are watching on your lunch hour, you've got a little bit of time. So I'm going to flip this, so if you get dizzy, close your eyes. And I have to do this because, okay, there. And this is going to drive me crazy, because I've got to put it in this way, and it's telling me not to rotate the phone, all this fun stuff. All right. And naturally, oh, good, it's there. All right, I'm going to see if I can go in some. Oh, I did. I was able to. Maybe I went too far. Give me a minute to catch up. I have to get my iPad and all to catch up. Let's see if I shift it back some. Yeah, it's still, I went in a little. Let me see. I want to make sure I have enough space. All right. That's still, I could go in a little bit further. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. All right, it'll take a few minutes. Don't open your eyes if you get dizzy. It's going to take a few minutes for it to catch up. I'll let you know. Okay, it's caught up now, so you can open your eyes. All right, I went looking and I found some, and now this is my Shy Shamrock and my ink cube. So I'm going to pull in some colors here. So there's the Shy Shamrock, so that way you can see it. I'm pairing one of them with Lemon Lolly, and the other one is Azure Afternoon, which is this color. So I've kind of played with it. And for that one, I'm going to use this sketch. Now, this is the normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This little strip behind it is 1 by 5 1/2. And I'm using the Shy Shamrock paper. This one, it's the dots on the back. I'm kind of liking this one because it's neutral, so to speak. And then I have 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. Those are my white pieces. So I've added 1 5/8 in the yellow. All right, and I'm going to stamp my image, which is from Textured Floral, this one, with the Azure Afternoon. So I'm going to move this to the side so you can still see it. Oh, I can't go too far. I've got to watch that. All right, hang on. Okay. 7. That's close enough that I think you can see it. And you can still see what I'm doing. I'm going to move it up some because I have some space. All right, first thing I'm going to do is fold and burnish my card base. I hate landscape. I prefer portrait for my video recording because you can see my whole work surface. This is very hard for me because I have to work on a very tiny space. Now, if I look at my sketch, I'm going to slide it over slightly. This piece is all the way at the edge. So I'm going to add this piece to my card base, and I'm going to add it at the very edge. I'm going to make sure I get the right side. All right, so all right. Hopefully I won't mess up too much and you'll be able to see. I do have my chat open, so there's that. I'm going to set it there. Now I'm going to stamp my images, and I'm only going to stamp it on 2 because I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the other one. And it's a tiny, tiny space. So I have pulled in my, I have to stamp that at an angle. Okay. I pulled in my go-to greetings. You know, that's my favorite sentiment set. It did retire, but I will continue to use it because I love it. There's those. And now for my sentiment, and let me see what I can find. I do have some tiny ones. I'm hoping just a note will fit in there. Ooh, just barely. I love it when that works. All right, let me get that. I'm going to have to check this out and see if it's on there straight. Hopefully it is. I will test it to see. I have to admit, I am loving using the ink cubes. Yeah. Because I don't have to worry about getting ink all over my stamp. If you have a heavy hand, that can be a problem. All right, so I'm going to put it there. Whew, it worked. Okay, these pieces all get layered. So let me flip it over. Okay, and I'm going to layer those on the I know the one was off camera. Sorry. So I'm going to layer it here. And I'm going to do mine as squares, but I'm going to try something to see if they could be done as diamonds. I'm thinking they could. And I can show you both ways. All right, so there's my card. And these are going to go on with dimensional. So I have that one, and then that one. All right, so there's that. Diamonds would be this way, this way. This would have to go on. You'd have to put your sentiment this way, but this is what it would look like, and you could pop it up. So you could do it as diamonds. So you can do one with squares and one with diamonds. Since I have this, I think I'm going to change mine up, and I'm going to put these two on as diamonds and this on as a square. But I'm going to move this out of the way because I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my diamonds. I got to find my, here we go. All right, let me open these up, cut some more. I always cut my dimensionals in half. To me, it's a waste. The half pieces work, so use those. And sometimes you need a half piece or even smaller. I have tried the mini dimensionals. I don't like them, but that's my personal preference. I think for one thing, there's a lot of waste on them that you'd end up cutting anyway. And with this, you're not really wasting, because I'm going to come down here and cut this off, and then I'll have this strip, and then I cut my edges. So that's how I do it. Oh, I forgot to do my Just-A-Note. Now that one is going to go on as a square, only because my sentiment is on already. If I hadn't put my sentiment on, I could do it as a diamond. But this way, I'm showing you how you can take the one sketch and with just little tiny changes, you can make 3 cards. You could do the one with the squares, the 3 squares. I'll show you in a minute on the sketch. I'm trying to get my pieces off. All right, and this I know is off camera, so I'm going to pull it back in. Okay. And wouldn't you know it, the backings are not going to cooperate today. All right, so you can do one with the squares. My camera's behind yours. All right, like this. You could do one with all diamonds, and you can do the one like I'm doing, which is a mixture. And actually, if you change it up, you can do square, square, diamond. So that's 4 different layouts from one card. All right, now I'm going to put my card like so, and I'm going to use my line on my grid, and I'm just kind of watching the top and the bottom. All right, that's the Just-A-Note. And then I'm going to come down here to this one, and there. And you know, if you're off a little, like I am here, see if I can get this up a little. I didn't push down real hard. If you don't push down hard, you can kind of adjust it. All right. And I'm going to slide it over some there. And then this piece is going to go on top like so. So if they're off a little, this piece is going to hide it. And I'm trying to make it as centered as I could. So there's the card. Now, I didn't add any embellishments. I'm working on getting ideas for flat embellishments. This will go through the post office machine. As you know, it's going up in July, I think it is. So I'm looking for ways to use smaller embellishments that are flat. All right, so there's the one idea. And remember, change these out and you got 4 cards. You probably could come up with more. So there's the first idea, a feminine one. I will probably add dimension gems and all before I post it on my blog in a couple of days. All right, here's the next color combo, and it is soft sea foam, shy shamrock, and pecan pie. So that way we have a masculine card. All right, and this is my layout. Now it's your normal card base. I use a lot of white card bases because then I can add my color in other areas. But this piece I've done in pecan pie, and it's 1.5 by 4. This piece in the middle is 2 by 2. And that's what this one is 2 by 2. And then I'm adding, and I'm looking to see, I'm adding this piece. Oh, you know what? This is the wrong color. Oh, I cut the wrong one. Oh my gosh. Let me pull it out. I cut Shy Shamrock, or Summer Splash, because it's the one I had. And I need the other one. So I got to cut a piece real quick. Here it is. Make sure I only have one. See the difference? They're very close. It's hard to tell. All right. So this, let me cut this down. Okay. This is 2 by 2. This is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So let's get our card together, because I'm going to use, this is a retired punch. I couldn't find my other one. My room is a disaster because I'm pulling out all my retired stuff, and I've got to, I thought it was up here, and it wasn't. It may be downstairs. I take my photos downstairs. So I've cut 2 of those from Soft Seafoam. All right, so if you have the other one, you can use it, or you can use this one. I don't get rid of my punches. All right, so let me move this over, and I need to go to I'm going to go about there and see. While that's catching up, I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. Yes, we can still see it. All right, so there's that. This piece goes on next. You can, to change this up, you can take and emboss this piece if you want. I didn't. I went straight with the sketch. All right, and I'm gonna put that on right about there. And there's a little bit on each side. If it's too much of a hassle for you, go all the way across. All right, I'm gonna put this one on next. And which side do I want? I think I'm gonna do the stripes. I think that was my plan. Yeah, because you lose the pattern. So let me get this added. And then this is going to go on with dimensionals. I add a little tiny border just because the paper is, it's not sturdy like cardstock. So I use my cardstock for support. All right. Here's that. That. And I'm going to put one in the middle on this. The others were small enough, it was okay, but this is a little bigger. So I'm going to add one in the middle. I'm going to take my backs off. All right, one more. All right, now I've got to get this straight. I think this is good. All right, now I think I want my stripes going across, and here's why. This goes up and down. It doesn't really do anything for me that way, so it's a contrast. So that's why I did it. I'm going to do it this way. And then this is a little bigger, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my top and bottom and my sides and put that down. This I'm going to put on with glue. And the reason I'm going to do the glue, I've got dried glue at the tip that I've got to get off, is there's a lot of tiny pieces here. Okay, come on. There it comes. I don't squeeze very hard. All right, now let me find my tweezers. And I'm gonna pick it up and put it down like so. All right, I'm gonna put a block on top so that those pieces that have the glue added stay connected to the paper. This glue is not the Tombow. I don't like the Tombow. It's sticky when it dries. So if you miss a spot and it dries, your card is sticky. So I use a different glue that's not sticky when it dries, and it dries clear. All right, put my block back on. There we go. And now I need, down here, a sentiment. And I did not pull paper. I was just gonna stamp on here. And I think I'm going to, and I'm thinking, this is an old set just because I have a tendency to use my old sentiments. I am not one that does a lot of happy birthday, get well, any of those. I do a lot of general ones because then I can use my card however I need it. If it says just because, you can easily stamp the inside to say, I was thinking of you, or write your own message that you were thinking of them. All right, now for this, I'm gonna stamp in my green, my Shy Shamrock. Okay. All right, now, scrap paper. Let me see. I wasn't going to test this, and I need to. Okay. Sometimes I get brave and don't test it. And I just re-inked that. All right. And I'm going to hope and pray it's straight. Woohoo, it is. All right, so there are 2 sketch layouts. You can easily change it up. I'm waiting to see how much shows. I'm going to have to overlap some. I'll stagger it and see. Oh, I had it before. It was okay. See, this is why I hate landscape. I mean, portrait. You have to play. All right, so there are 2 ideas. For this one, I know I have, you know which ones would be nice on there? The cork ones. And I have the cork ones. That one has the Azure Afternoon in there. I don't have the new In Color Gems. I don't know why. I'm looking for my cork ones. There they are. All right, so let me add these. And let's see. All right, now I'm going to move this one out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. There's one. Did you know you can color these? Yes, you can. Use an alcohol marker. I did it in one of my classes, and we colored them red. So there's that one. So pull out your alcohol markers and you can color these. It does give it a muted kind of color, for lack of a better term. All right, now this is stuck down. See, these are my Azure Afternoon. Let me pull this over. Some of these may be retired. I don't know. I use my gems, even if they're retired, because we don't always have the colors that we need. That's why I'm looking for an inexpensive way to do flat gems. And I have a source possibly for flat, shiny. I like shiny stuff. I'm looking for my tip. There it is. All right. So there it is. I didn't have to wait. I could, a lot of times I do my thinking while I'm working. So there's the idea. All right. Feminine, masculine. You can also change this one and do it this way and use a bigger piece or the same size if you want. You know, there's so many ways you can change a sketch. See, this one could go up and down like this. You could go across, you know, lots of things. So because you see a sketch, don't think you're stuck with it. You can make your card that way, and then while you're making it, oftentimes you'll come up with another idea. So there's my cards for today, and I'm going to get ready and flip this back around. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. All right. And I've got to see where my, and the thing is going to scream at me. Okay, here we go. All right, I've got it in my holder and it's back the right way, for lack of a better term. And I'm sorry I couldn't get it into landscape. I hate it when that happens. And it occurred to me after I had started that maybe I have an update on my iPad, on my iPhone. It usually tells me, but I must have missed it somehow. I hope you enjoyed today's 2 cards. I will be back next Wednesday. Not certain what I'm doing. I don't know. If you have a request, leave me a comment and tell me, hey, I'd like to see you use, and if I have it, I will use it. Or I'd like to see you do, you know, a technique or whatever. So have a great afternoon, guys. Enjoy the rest of your lunch. And I will be live on Saturday on my page on Facebook. So you can always join me there. Bye.